Let's go to Mad Mac. Hey,
Sure.
what's up, Mad Mac?
Hey, Mad Mac.
Hey, so if I say something nice about the mayor, can I be the inaugural winner of tickets for the for the shows?
I'm willing to talk.
There we go. All right. So the day you were gone out in China, your legal counsel was on. He rambled on for 20 minutes about your maybe possibly new career move, and then he said you were going to come on when you came back. I know you're under 30 time zone jet lag, but he said you would tell everybody what the deal was, and then when you came in, D-Lo got lambasted because you said you wouldn't talk about it. So.
Well, first off, when I came on Monday, that probably wasn't the best idea because it was literally the middle of the night for Councilman Mark and I when we came back, and I think we did a good job considering. But Mad Mac, I've never really. I've been a pretty solid mayor I'm in my 9th year right now. I've never really, the thing is, Mad Mac, I'm painfully aware that I'm not going to be the mayor forever. And I'm not making any announcements that I'm leaving. I'm not making any announcements that I'm staying. I got elected to a 3rd term with 81% of the vote. I like my job. Obviously, I worked hard to get it. I can't help what the media speculates on. I can't help that. I think Mark Kiesling is a very smart guy. He put stuff in his column that is provocative, and in this case, it caused an outroar. And it was, as far as the facts, he was right about the facts. There was an opening at NERPC. It was unanticipated that John Swanson would step down. He's a very good friend of mine. And when he made the announcement that he was stepping down, I called a couple people and said, wow, what's going on, And then I asked a couple questions. I was the chairman and the vice chairman the last 2 years. I mean, I know what's going on at NERPC. So I asked a couple questions. And then I packed my bags and I went to China. And out of that, I get to China and I have 50 phone messages waiting for me. Everybody's thinking I'm stepping down as mayor, and I'm out there on Hammond City business. So I wouldn't get too excited about it, Bad Mac.
But you're thinking about it though, right?
No, I'm not thinking. I mean, I'm not. What I am is I have a family. I have 4 kids. I mean, I have responsibilities as a father, and I know that I have a job that. Once every 4 years, I could be unemployed, so I always have to be flexible. I mean, if you were in my position and there was a position that you felt you were qualified for, would you not even look at it?
I would just say all the phone calls that came in, I think the city of Hammond looks at you as a security blanket, and they'd like to know just if you might be leaving.
Mad Mac, I would tell you this, and I appreciate you pinning me down.
Thanks, Mac.
I would not get too excited about what you read, okay? I would not get too excited about it. But at the same time, I'm in my 3rd term, and how many years can one person do a job effectively? I think I'm effective mayor, don't get me wrong, and I love my job, don't get me wrong, but I realize that this is a job this is the people's job. It's not Tom McDermott's job. So there you go.
Mayor, I'm going to follow up on that one.
That's fine.
That,
you guys got more out of me today than you got Monday.
We got more out of you, but I'm going to follow up.
Sure.
And I think that having 4 kids and looking out for your options is, I think, understandable to a lot of people. But, I watched my cousin as the mayor, and I watched as he got into his 9th and 10th year, and the toll that the job took on him. And, I honestly can say, I would not ever want to have your job or his job.
I hear you.
Because of the pressure and the amount of things you have to do. You go in Chicago, you got a whole bureaucratic process. If you're the mayor of Hammond, you got to be everywhere, and it all leads to one office. But another office leads to you, and that is the chairman of the Democratic Party.
Right.
You've taken that up in the last few years.
Right.
And I got to ask, has that taken its toll on you?
I think the combination of the two is definitely taking a toll on me. I mean, seriously, I'm a young man, and I consider myself. I don't really ever put limitations on myself. When people throw opportunities at me, like coaching a baseball team, I'm coaching an all-star baseball team right now, which is taking a toll on me. And being the chairman takes a toll on me. Being the mayor takes a toll on me. Being a father takes a toll on me. And there's a certain limit. I always think that I could do stuff, and I basically you could throw it at me and I could do it if there's enough time in the day. And I'm finding that, I'm starting to reach my limits, and I have to start thinking about what I'm going to do to make my life livable so that I could be a better father. And, so, I mean, I have to think about things like this. I'm in my last year as chairman right now. And, am I saying conclusively I'm going to run again as chairman? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm not running, but I tell you, that's one of those things that I'm looking at, like, maybe if I'm going to start making my life a little bit more livable, maybe that's one thing that has to go, because I took over as chairman because I wanted to be, I wanted to fix the party that was heading in the wrong direction. And by all accounts, 3 years after I've been chairman, I think most people would agree that we're in a good spot as a party right now. We're not fighting. We have money in the bank. We win the races we get involved in. So maybe that is one way to make my life easier, because to be the Lake County chairman is not my life's ambition. It never was. I took it over because I felt like I could help fix the problem, and I think I did.
Let's go to the phone lines.
That's something I've never said publicly, by the way.
That is definitely something you never said publicly, and I certainly wanted to ask you that, because those two, being the chairman of the Lake County Democratic Party, I mean, I can't even imagine how many people you have to interact with, and everyone has their own little issue. And
there's 480,000 people in Lake County. Many of them are Democrats. I have 520 precinct committeemen and vices. I mean, 520 times 2, basically. And basically, I'm responsible to every one of them. So if they have a problem in Cedar Lake, they call me, and I got to be there, and I got to figure it out. I mean, and that's fun. And it's honorable, like when the media, or if the president comes to Lake County, I get to meet him, which is cool, you know, but at the same time, it's expensive. I bet you it costs $30,000 a year to be the chairman, sometimes more, depending on the election cycle. Like 2010, it was more than 30. It was probably closer to 50 or 60 from me, you know, my campaign, you know, and that's not easy. And if the thing I think about is, if I wasn't chairman, who would be the chairman, and could they provide the way I have? Because one thing that I'm good at is raising money, and I've been raising money for my campaign and also for the party. So if I left, I would want to make sure that whoever took over could provide for the party, because that's really the most important part. And if our party goes broke like it was before, that's not good for anybody, and it leaves Democrats vulnerable. So these are things I'm working through right now, and I'm not making any decision. I'm not making any announcement. I'm just telling you publicly that is one of the things I'm thinking about, is trying to make my life more livable.